You're saying I look awful and tired. It's life. At least my hair's getting cute. I'm like growing. Okay. The first thing you do when you turn on a video is like see how I'm looking. That's the first thing your brain responds to. Or it's like, it's one of the first things. Hearing how I sound. What am I wearing? Is she wearing the blue or is she wearing the sweatshirt? What does her hair look like today? Are there bags underneath her eyes? So these are all the weird thoughts we have in our brain that are psycho, but they're relevant. So might as well address it. Okay. Mental body 14. I hate myself. Don't step on snails. I don't even like to step on grass. Let's just make this clear. Or ants. So when I step on a snail, it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna freak out and cry. Okay. Oh no. Is my video gonna tap out? Do I need to quit Firefox right now to give myself enough memory on my computer? Oh my God. Quit Firefox. Close tabs. Oh my God, it's so annoying. You know what's more annoying? Seeing the feedback. Is there any more feedback? Okay. I did 3 things wrong right there. The first thing was I was supposed to close out all my tabs and put them in bookmarks. The next thing was that I was supposed to close out Firefox before I even began my video. Understand that. So my brain goes, I need to get here first instead of do the right thing where it goes slow. And this is a metaphor in life where we step on our snails that actually would be magic for the long haul, the long run. Because our brain goes, I need to get something done now. And it goes psycho. It goes psycho. So there are things like, here's my favorite metaphor. I just found $5. 5. All right, you have to understand, my pockets have been emptied of their money for the last year. Sometimes $20 or 20-pound bill would fall out of my pocket and I'd go, oh, it's like a gift for a homeless person. Oh, okay. All right, and then I get 5 pounds back and I'm like, that's gone. So I find a 5-pound bill and I go, yeah, I'm rich. You need to understand. I live off the scraps of humanity. Okay, so what I do, I'm like, I have to make this magic. This is my magic. So instead of eating the candy off the ground, I'm like, I'm gonna go inside a store and spend 5 pounds, this 5-pound bill, on the candy. I'm gonna go just one a day. I get 1 piece of this candy a day. And these are like my Jupiter Ascension Ravenclaw CHESED candy. And they each have a specific magic. One of them is like blue pencils. Oh man, I should have, oh, here's the problem. All right, see this would be a snail. So instead of plowing through this video, going, they don't need to see, I decided to pause it, walk and go get my stuff, and then redo the video. Do you understand? I'm gonna do it the right way. All right, so they each have a type of magic. They each have a here's Ravenclaw pencils. Yeah. You see that? So every little pencil is another Yoda Balls book or brick book or coconut oil book. Okay. Here is Ravenclaw bubblegum bottles. There are so many, and it tastes like bubblegum. And it's actually the color of the real Ravenclaw lasagna. The pearl Ravenclaw lasagna is an intermediary lasagna. And here is more pencils, but the Ravenclaw lasagna pencils, and it's bubblegummy. So then we're bringing in like Elwoods, and then we have Gryffindor pencils. You see this? Gryffindor. So it's more of that. And then we have sour rainbow twists filled with like Hufflepuffy goo. So it's like crossing the abyss. Duh. Yeah. 5th house Hufflepuff. All right. And then we have just the pure Hufflepuff. So this is the Haniel colors. So the little green dragon, like looking, or that's not even it kind of is a dragon because it's looking at the apple and lemon flavor. So those are the Netzach into tea ferret little balls. Okay. So like I'm making my 5 pounds that I find into a magic that I'm going to bring to Kelly. Okay. So I'm only allowed 1 piece a day. And then I start going to the store. So I bought that. I was like, that's rad. That's a cool magic. Instead of eating it off the floor. So I go to the store, and at the cash register, there are like these 1-piece individually wrapped gummies, like these, and they're like a hamburger. And then in another store, it's a hot dog. And then another store, it's a hamburger with troll written on it. And I know that this is the teaching that Mother Earth has to give me. Just 1 piece of that crap candy is a fucking hamburger. Let me repeat that. Oh. Just so your brain goes, oh, it's just 1 piece of candy, but Mother Earth is like, no, that's a hamburger, because it is. Karmically, on your body, it's a hamburger. So instead of buying some dough and berries and making a magic pie, so instead of doing the thing the right way I went like, this is me stepping on snails, you know? Like, you need to know these lessons in life. So I take away, like, my magic pie that I could have made for candy. The pie has, like, heart to it. And the candy has, like, mind magic. Like, I can create magic, but the, like, the process of the love that you put into something is, like, out the window. All right, so, like, that's a mistake we make just to get something done. And it's a really expensive mistake in the long run. Okay, here's the other ammonite shell. You see how it's got the rainbow sheen to it? Okay. There are like 500 things I want to get done in my life. Like, I want to post my A&R protocols on a page on my website. And I refuse to clean up the template and do my... So it's a mental dysfunct. So I have these, like, I just downloaded them again, all the anti-knife rate protocol, angel wing genome switches. And I refuse to redo them the way they need to be done. And then post them in the pearls section of my website for Gabriella. That needs to happen. So why? So do you understand? So it's a disease where I can start pushing people towards that reality if I did the real work. We all have stuff like that in our life, and we need to learn how to get grounded and get slower and patient with ourselves. Instead of trying to get to a destination, we need to go like we try to get to our work instead. Like, what's the work we need to do? Not the destination, like, where is the destination so we know which work? And then we go, how do I take some steps back and like make it more powerful? How do I take it? So then we think in more, normally our thoughts are like here. How do I take my thoughts and go, what is the higher quality? How do I get more to the origins of reality with that thought instead of stepping on it and only getting this section filled out? So that gives us more layers and development in life. So I would rather tape myself zero. Like, I would rather take steps back and go, how many thoughts of mine were accurate? Where do I want to ascendio? What would be a better thought? How do I expend my energy better in a higher quality way? So how do I not steamroll a snail? The snail is where the magic develops. It's not a Slytherin, it's a snail. In fact, most of the Slytherins refuse to do any of the snail magic stuff. That's why they're a Slytherin. They try to get somewhere really fast, and they don't care about, like, grounding and then taking care of the ground, like the roots beneath them. They don't care about that. So, like, the snail is a holy, holy, sacred object of Malkuth. And Malkuth is safe. Like, there are not bad people in Malkuth. It's like health, ground, clean your floors. You might not be a good person, but you're not like a bad person. Like, bad starts at like Netzach. Like, Hode people are even decent. You're like, I'm gonna be a muggle in the light of God, you know? Like, I'm gonna try my best. Not, I've got power and I can control everybody. Like, that's Netzach. Without having any, like, Tiferet or Gaebra healthy boundaries. I don't care about boundaries. Okay, so snails, like... So your boundaries at CHESED should be developed to not be steamrolling over a Slytherin 0 and a snail 100%. Like, you should always be steamrolling a Slytherin and never steamrolling a snail. Always. If a Slytherin was good, they'd ascendio into Hufflepuff. The reason why they're a Slytherin is they refuse to be good. Let's rephrase that in an easier way to digest. If a Slytherin was good, they would ascendio into good, which is Tiferet. Let me rephrase that. If a Slytherin was good, they would ascendio into good. So they're not good. They're the opposite. Next. Good is the light of God. And then really good starts at Gaebra and CHESED. And CHESED's very good. Okay, so I don't want to step on my snails. Ever. I don't want to step on my people who are grounded in life. That I think I'm more spiritual than them, so I can just bully them in my brain or override their gifts because they're grounded and going like, sorry, dudes. Like reality is this. This work. This work. This work. This work. That's a snail person. I have a few snail people in my life. They have very good root chakras. One is Miss Patty, and the other was Melza. So it was like, Melza is an HR business partner. Reality is this. Reality is this. Reality is this. Yeah, I like my singing, but reality is this. Okay? Those are grounded people. And my weird psychosis of my spiritual brain was in like steamrolling that a lot. And I tried not to because I still respected them. But there's a sense of work ethic that they developed that I was not processing, because 'cause my brain was so solar plexus. Ah! Okay. You see where like a Slytherin lives in solar plexus, and a snail lives in root. Where are all my scripts? So I have the umami hour every morning. The umami hour, the hour before I wake up, where I get all my downloads. And I don't write them down. That's where all my scripts are. People are going like, oh my God, I want to kill myself right now. Yes. Now you're understanding your own self-sabotage. Where are all my books? For me, it's like, where are my muscles? That too. Like I walk by the park. I walk by the pull-up bars and I just walk next to them. I don't try and fail, which is what I should be doing every day. Every day. Should be trying and failing every day until I get stronger. Instead, I just walk by them and I go, I'm tired. I like poop out. Every day I'm tired. There go my muscles. There goes 6 months of my life walking by those pull-up bars. Like, and then you just wake up and you go, oh my God. That's a snail. So I'm fine with my lower body. So it's the things in my comfort zone that are not in my comfort zone that I have problems with. So then the next is, so like I have all the Slytherins I want to sue. And now I have to like figure out like, how am I going to do that? Oh my God. So I'm going to take the action steps required to do that, but I don't know how to begin. But like, when am I going to schedule that in my schedule, in my calendar? It's because that's a snail. And maybe I'll get angry enough to just do it. That's where this comes in. Maybe just get angry at it. Like, so then I don't step on my snail if I'm angry. That's a bad way to live. It's just to be me holding myself accountable to move forward in the correct direction. All right. So my umami hour. Like, I had a really funny dream where like the actor that played Bilbo Baggins, like, he's a better actor than Elijah, and I like him better as an actor. And like, I was on a date with him last night. And like, the whole thing is just a giant scene in one of the movies I'm trying to write. And like, why is that not written down? Because I'm uncomfortable about it, but it's like a Wes Anderson production thing, like the whole script. It's so bizarro that I didn't do that. Why did I not write down what happened on the date? Like, it's so gross. Oh my God. Okay, so the not umami hour. That's a snail. The not umami hour. I didn't like what I just downloaded, so I'm not going to write it down. Even if it's hilarious. Okay. I would rather wake up at 5 and have my morning juice or smoothie. Oh my God. So I'm on a night schedule because I'm a vampire. But I also don't like working at the same time in a small apartment with Simon because it's weird. So I live at night. And I want to get to the point where I wake up at 5. Because that's the magic hour for me to just start writing down. So how do I even do that? I would rather have my morning juice or smoothie than a donut. So do you understand? Like, there are things that because it takes time or energy to do, we just decide to throw it out the window. Okay, yoga at night. That's another snail. Why am I not getting my yoga done? Okay, where do I get my wand? So I have to get all the wood whittling knives. And I don't want to spend the money, but I'm going to spend the money. But I don't want to spend the money right now. But I don't want to spend the money. So then every Saturday goes by and there goes my wand making day. Because I didn't buy the wood carving knives. Every Saturday. Gone. Bye. Bye, life. Do you see like where we're just totally toxic on ourselves? Bye. It's like psycho shit. So, and this is why we refuse to take action. So I think the whole kabbalah thing where you tie the red stuff around your wrist is like Gabriel saying, take action today. Take action. Take action. Take action. 500 steps of action today. But do it the right way, like a snail. So even if I'm in CHESED, I'm definitely in Gabriel. But I also have these red ones like, oh, look at that. That's weird. I have the red ones around my ankles. And they're just take action. Take action, move forward here. Take action, move forward. I have it on the same ankle. On the other. All right. God. And it's just the small things. Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna buy my wand knives. Now I need to make sure they're higher quality and are gonna be good for the long run. Where do I make sure where I'm getting higher quality wand making knives instead of just buying a reactive cheap one? And now I have 500 more action steps to take because now I got to find the right knife. So instead of oh my God, instead of tapping out, because now there's like 50 steps instead of 2 steps, I need to do the right thing and do it well. And that's the snail. Okay. This is also Charlie's like brick teaching. Can I find organic or like really well made knives at Etsy and support like a Tiferet witch or better? That'd be nice. I want to support the community instead of Amazon and corporate anything. All right. So all of those problems, like, you need to figure out yourself. The last one is spiders, rodents, or other pests. We have a ton of spiders in our apartment right now. They're everywhere, and they make webs all over the home. And the easiest way, I'm like, I don't want to kill any of these spiders. So what I did, the broom and a dustpan, and you take the spider and like let it hang. It will catch onto the broom, the hand broom, and you take it out and put it on a tree outside. I'm not joking, it works really easy. It's very gentle. Same thing, just like any kind of pests. Oh my God. You gotta be Buddhist. Buddhist is like a baseline. Remember, like, just killing one spider is like, you're killing a piece of tea for it in yourself. Unless they're a poisonous spider that bites and then atrophies like flesh. But most spiders are not. Okay. Don't step on snails. So we're gonna do the grafting. Oh, most of you guys have problems with this. Teeth and cavities. I don't want to floss. I don't want to brush twice a day. Oh my God. What else is another snail? I don't want to talk about like shaving your legs or armpits or anything. Like that's vanity stuff. But there are key health components, like definitely having the proper teeth hygiene, and then your yearly liver cleanse. That should be a snail. Every spring equinox. Snail. Oh. No, this is too advanced for everybody here, even if they're ascended masters. New moons and full moons. That's a snail day. Try not to schedule yourself with anything. And if you have a matrix job, try not to like do anything else. And use that day as a holy day. Or have a special ritual you do that day, like cleaning the floors. Or doing a design for the moon and lighting your candle ceremony. I lost a lot of my candle ceremonies when I was in Gabriel because I was fighting for my life. And then it was like, man, I wish I could have taken the time and done my candles. It's pretty sad. Setting up your file system correctly on your computer is a snail. Just like I was saying before, the tabs on my Firefox. All right. Do your metal grafting around your body. Plug it into your brain. Okay, the next biggest snail is this. I realize I'm going to write a whole book for Ravenclaw on the mental bodies. And I need a script from each one. Now I have to go back and retrieve everything. I have to write it all down. To write it all down in a magic book. And the way I did it, I was like, oh, I didn't even realize I was going to do this. So I didn't do it correctly up front. So it's like halfway through, I realize where I'm fucked because I didn't do it good to begin with. So that's a snail. Oh man, I wish I didn't swear there. That's another snail. I could have replaced that entire sentence with something way more appropriate. Okay. All right, we're back in business. I had to take care of some snails. It was stuff that was preventing things to move forward. Okay, now we understand. So I went back into my Facebook, or I went back into my browser, and I organized all my tabs that were open in the correct bookmark space pace, so that if I ever wanted to open them all up again on record, I could just go click, and then they all pop open the way I want them to. Okay, so that's why I keep all that stuff open to begin with, and then it slows down my computer for infinity. The point where my computer wants to crash. So I take all that off, and now Facebook actually works. Or it's starting to, you know. Oh my God. So all the delays every time you push a button and it takes 10 minutes to click through, it's because you have too much stuff going on. All right, so I took care of my snail instead of step on it. All right, so mental body. 1. Take care of one snail a day. What does that even mean? So start to collect your snails. If you don't know what that means, start to collect your snails. We're going to have a snail to-do list. Oh no, what are my snails? Okay, like if you don't know what your snails are, then you're definitely stepping on them in life. Eventually, what we will do is go work. My work snails, my relationship snails, my food snails. Okay, and then I go my relationship with Mother Earth snails. And then I have my body snails. Oh my God. So right now it's like body and relationship is like weak. Energetically, it's shaky. So that needs to get taken care of. So now I need to like ask myself, what are my things? What are my snails? It's quality over quantity. You need to remind yourself that 500 days a week. Quality. So 5 good push-ups is better than 500 delusional ones. Let me repeat that. 5 good push-ups, like in the morning, is better than 500 that never get done. I know we've talked about this in other mental bodies, but still, it needs to be said. Oh my God, eating a salad every night. or just like, I'm gonna get romaine lettuce and then pour on some dressing, maybe a little bit of dressing, and then maybe throw some tomatoes, cherry tomatoes there. It's pretty inexpensive. Like, our brains are so wired for psychosis, it's unbelievable. When I went on my hunger strike, afterward, it was like chopped up veggies with hummus. Chopped up veggies, hummus. Chopped up, like, oh my God. And it was so healthy. And it was so, like 0 calories. And it was so healthy, like my body liked it a lot. Okay, so like there are things that we don't do that are really easy that cost like almost nothing. Okay, snails. So like you could live off of chopped up veggies and hummus every day, and feel better than thinking about getting a juicer and then never doing that. Or like, okay, so there are things we can do that are snails. So you need to write them down. You need to organize them. They're like goals, but it's not about goals. It's like lifestyle. Lifestyle snails. Like chopped up veggies and hummus should be on my snails list. But so should 5 push-ups every morning when I get out of bed. And then a wall sit at night before I go to bed. So we're psychos. Okay, so mental body graft, through the tail, petroleum jelly. Start collecting our snails. So our first snail is collecting our snails. And then our next snail is one of them. And if you can only do 1 a week, it's better than nothing. 1 a day is good. 1 a month. If you can get 5 a day, then you're like, yeah, this is a healthy ecosystem. That's where you know your brain's actually flexible and agile and able to handle multiple changes at once. Masters are able to do 5 changes at once. So they go, that's what's required. And then we're in the bottom of the clippeth, so we don't have the same shadow backlash as other people. So it's not like we're fighting ourselves or the inner demons in our realities. So the only thing we're fighting is our own like lethargy, laziness, like anything that's still psycho or dogmatic, we're still fighting that. Okay, that's usually what we're still dealing with in Ravenclaw, is said. Oh my God. Okay, so we're putting on the petroleum jelly. We're gonna take care of 1 snail a day at least. If you need to use the umami hour to like write down your snails because you download them from the night before, then do it. So one of my snails was getting all my scripts set up so I can write everything really clean. And I put all the chapter heads and titles. So when I get the download, I can just go boop, 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 boop in my notes on my iPod. Okay, so I can find the note. I have all the chapters laid out really easy. And I go boop, 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 boop. It doesn't matter if it's organized. It just needs to be written down in that segment. And then we get organized down the road. It's pretty nice. Okay, so 1 snail a day. Now, I need a new charm. Like, is that snail even good? So just like I said, we put the text in the chapter box area. So now do I need to make that snail more higher quality? So what's the next level of making that snail a better snail? So we're going to put another mental graft on. There's also another snail I have an issue with. That's holiday snails. So it's Fairy New Year for me because it's Gen Mastermy and like the Harvest Moon and Dragon initiations and Platform 9 3/4 initiations. So it's like my magic time of year. And like my job is to not overschedule and like allow these celebrations to manifest and unfold. And unfortunately, I don't know how to do like both, like do your work and then do the celebrations at the same time. So it's like the new moon versus the full moon. Like I need to take those days and actually go, this is a holy sacrament. This is the holy Sabbath. This is when my downloads are the phenomenal level of Christ and the veil's thin and the fairies come out and Krishna just goes, I'm coming to war. Like, and then we have what, I'm not really like a Hare Krishna, but I am a Hare Krishna. So there is the both. I don't go walking around every day going Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, but I do understand the old Vedas. And I respect them and I revere them. So that's very Krishna. And then we have like it's Rosh Hashanah also. And then it's also like Kali Day coming up, Kali week. So that it's that time of year. Harvest moon, autumn equinox, it's all the same. It's New Year. So this month should just be blacked out. That's what I should do in the future. Somebody says, oh my God, please don't. I love it when you post your classes. Yes. So when I black out days and then I feel up to doing a class, I still do that class. Okay, so it's, if I want to work it into the schedule, because like I'm dying to do it, like I definitely post it because I do it. But I don't want to wake up on Gen Master Me and go, yeah, I have 500 videos to produce today. That sucks. All right. That real sucks. That's poo-poo. So, like, this time of year is way more important than Christmas to me. The winter solstice moon, though, is my Christmas. That's that's a holy reverent day. That's the Black Void day. All right. The holiday stuff is very important. So we need to make sure our snails include holidays. Birthday. Saturday's cleaning day. Saturday's cleaning day. Okay, so like home, like so how do we make them higher quality? Our snails. So that's the next grid we're gonna pour onto us. And I see like this Protego Totala mesh, but now there's this like purpley periwinkle sparkly goo dust that goes around the metal. And then we put the petroleum jelly in everything. And see if we can get the grid to wrap into our bones and then poke out through our skin. Oh, we need it to poop out through the tail too. Both layers. Tackle one snail a day. Not tackle one snail a day. So all my like light right now is like trying to make stuff happen. Looks like right now my astral body is with Wes Anderson. And that is because I'm producing that script instead of like that's where it is. Like that's where my energy is right now. Instead of in my body and in my face. So you can feel it. You can feel when your energy is like not where you are. So then I go, why am I not with Wes right now? In the real world. Somebody goes, that's what Elijah did to you. I know. That is what Elijah did to me for 13 years. I'm going to send all my astral energy and hang out with you all day long instead of myself. Man. Okay. We're getting like, so my astral self is like, Wes is definitely considering me a dragon queen. Maybe the dragon queen. So that's the energy that's coming through. And that's pretty cool. So he's a Hashmalim. You need to understand that. He's very clairvoyant. I think he's cooked. Maybe we're still getting there. The Hufflepuff brain cook for him. But he's a Hashmalim. And so is David Sedaris and Kurt Vonnegut. And that's why they're on our books list. Vonnegut's kind of low because he's old, but we can fifth house next to him. The Hashmalim. Man. Michael Moore is. So you have really like old dudes that are very intelligent. We're going to go ahead and put on like the light of God goo over us. As we go in our meditative mind, it actually helps us regenerate. Like I spent my life throwing shade at Wes Anderson, just so we all understand. I go, ew, I don't like his movies because they're weird. But I secretly liked his movies because I would get like it's just a weird thing. So Brianna Stanley and I were creative partners in college, and she was a Wes Anderson guru. And she made me watch movies with her done by him. And then we would develop inside jokes with the movies. And we would play with it. And then I developed, and that's what his movies are for, in my opinion. But also, like, he has a sophistication and a satire that my linear mind was like, I can't handle that because I just want it to be normal Hollywood instead of intelligence Hollywood. That's where my Dumbo is. That's where I'm like, if I can write a script for Wes Anderson and actually appreciate what he's doing, that's where it's awesome. That's, you develop a sense of gratitude and understanding of that kind of creativity or genius. You're like, how do I make really weird stuff funny or palatable? Traumatic things. Like, he's very good at like twisting reality into something digestible. He's good at, what's another way to phrase it? Digesting psychosis from other people and making fun of it in really great ways. So like, Cully Run the Dragon Queen is a Wes Anderson character, okay? So that is funny, and then I can laugh at myself, but I can also laugh at the fact that Elijah would knife rape me in the astral planes, because he is a Wes Anderson character too, because he's trying to be Archangel Sandalphon in a very odd way. So it's a giant psycho fuck of, oh, there's my bad word again. It's a twist in the brain that helps you deal with so he provides a healing for that. And it's elevated. I'm pretty sure he does other things that I'm just too dumb to understand, but maybe I'll get there someday. So, yeah, there are people on this planet that have talent and intelligence and gift that we're completely unfamiliar with. Anytime you see the freaks of society, like Misty Copeland or Wes, you go, what is that? And it's probably an ascended master, or gonna be, okay? So, the ISOs. Don't kill the ISOs. Like Misty's ballerina documentary. Oh my god. The fact that she could rise above the abyss in the clip without having taken this class, she's a freak. You need to understand that. And the fact that she is a prima ballerina, and then she goes, I want Ravenclaw A&R marks to me in the astral planes, is more freak. You need to know that in life. So that's like me being a smart person going, I have to be a ninja. Like, we know our flaws or where we're not developed as much in life. Like Misty's like, I'll teach you some ballet and you'll teach me Derrida. That. So, get it. Don't step on snails. We're putting on the don't step on snails go. So like Misty, from a lot of people in the ballet community, they might be talking about Derrida or higher intellect things and then putting, like, shoving stuff in her face and, like, putting her down. Like, she doesn't understand that stuff. And then it triggers her brain to go, why don't I understand that? So, like, if I shut her down because she wants to be really elegantly intelligent, I would be stepping on a snail. You need to know that in life. My mother does that to me when I was like, I want to take ballet classes as a 20-year-old or 25-year-old woman. She goes, why do you want to take ballet? That's gross. That's just going to make you injured. There were 50-year-old women in that class. And they have healthy bodies. That's why. There's something about the posture and poise of a ballerina that is unbeatable. There's also something about learning how to dance technique with skill and precision that other dance forms don't quite hit the mark on. So it's a form of asceticism and control and discipline that I was longing for. High form and elegance, beauty, and grace that I would have liked to develop in my life. That's why, Mom. I don't want to look like trash every day. That's why. Middle class white trash. Yay. It's also why I don't want to swear anymore. I don't even want to sound trashy ever. I don't even want to give people an inch. That will be the next mental body, by the way. We're going to do swear words filter and typos. So we're going to develop hypersensitivity around what we're about to say or type, making sure that what we're doing is more precise and elevated. So that's like another snail. Like, typo? I don't want to... Like, these emails are legal documentation for the lawsuit I'm about to send them. The people. I just stepped on my own snail. The lawsuit that I'm about to send those individuals, the Slytherins, the teachers that took money from me and refused to help while they were also knife raping. That... They also starved me to death on a beach and refused to send me one free healing session, one email of consolation, or engendering love, or just like, yeah, like, I'm sorry you starved. Zero. Like, oh my Lord. Nothing. Okay. So then we go, don't step on snail's goo. And it should kind of look like snake skin, but it's like snail skin, actually. Because you're your own snail. It has that slimy goo. I don't want people to step on me, so I don't step on snails. That's the teaching. You're a snail. And we let it heal and ground out our mental body in a really nice way. So this is kind of like the snail initiation in Malkuth, but through the bottom of the clip at this time, after Gaebara. You might even feel like the snail home in your back develop. For mine, it's like that's where Charlie hangs out. So Charlie's like my snail home. This is Charlie on me. And Lucifer. You can always feel them. They're always there.
I need to step on Charlie because I don't know how to do the brick all day long. Because I'm too crazy.
So you guys all have that issue. because the energy is so high vibe. To be honest, nobody knows how to do what Charlie does. That's why Charlie's Charlie. Lucifer doesn't do it. Hades doesn't do it. Hades pretty close though. Lefty kind of does it. Root kind of does it. So there are dragons that do it better than others. Lava Bender does it. Earth does it. The Moss Agate does it. Brick. Okay, so we're bringing in the dragons that do it, so you can get in your deep snail body. And I hear Star Fuentes go, that's just Schumann factor. So a dragon is not a shape. A dragon is a sentient being. Way to reduce God into just one fleck of shape. So that reduction is like Star's knife rate. The magnificent dragon that hangs out with me all day, emanating lava and love in the back of my... That's not a shape. That dragon emanates that shape. It emanates gravity. Power when he wants to breathe. And then I hear Star go, you're just Star Fuentes. And I go, absolutely not. If I was Star Fuentes, Star would be sitting here at the bottom of the Clipith talking about the script that she's writing while her astral self is with Wes Anderson. Also healing 500 little rape girls. Instead of running away from a giant lawsuit that I'm about to hand her. So no, Star Fuentes and Kali Ren are not the same person. I'm also like 1,500 pages into my A&R marks. Star has 0. So no, they're not the same people. That's a Slytherin thing. I am you. Be like me telling Misty that I am her. Okay, so that's psychosis. Because I want to be a ballerina. Like, oh my god, I would love to make sure my body could move like that. Someday, maybe. With enough youthing and snail magic. So a snail person looks at what I do all day long. Keep filling it in. You should be filling in the void all the way into your body. You start feeling good. It's like a gray-brown slime. If yours has an iridescence to it, that's good too. The point is that we're gonna become really neutral and like a sense of anti-drama. But if you need to add a little vanity flair to it, that's nice. We can do that. Okay, so now we're gonna times what we did. Oh, somebody goes, no, but I want the snail shell mental body. Okay, so we'll do that. So it actually does this. So our first one is little, and then we get a whole bunch of bigger ones. So the resolution's very small on the first one, and then we go outwards into bigger resolution mental body. Electromagnetic grids. Let me make sure my whole hand is getting through it instead of splinching. And then fill in the shell gels. And this is where the iridescence can come in. Just plain brown. Somebody is telling me theirs is like this color. Yeah, it's simple. Snail shells, some snail shells are beautiful. They're like brilliant white with red lines, looking like tiger stripes. It's gorgeous. And maybe you get to the point where you go, I feel less crazy, and I'm at the bottom of the clippeth. I feel like I could actually get to a to-do list and take action. Without coming up with 5 million excuses or drama. So snail is anti-drama. And productive creativity. In a relaxed, gentle way. So maybe we're gonna pour on one thick goo for each level of snail. Oh God, I'm already getting nauseated thinking about it. Maybe it's filling in all my Slytherin stuff. Okay. I'm gonna have a book snail. Book snail goo. Here we go. And it fills into all the different layers of the shell. I might be writing books too, yeah. The more you read, the more you will want to write. All right. If you have a problem writing books, then you didn't do the Hashmalim and higher mental body. And you didn't do the book's mental body. Because that was the magic that came through. And maybe you didn't do all of them in order like you were supposed to. A Hashmalim is like required to write 500 books. Let me say that again. A college professor is required to produce publication. So a Hashmalim is required to produce education that delivers results, including books. You're going to be an Auror. You're going to go, oh, writing books. That's just a giant baseline for being an Auror. Let me say that again. There will be no Auror on the planet that doesn't know how to write a book or has written a book. Best boundary setting ever. Here's the book. You're gonna write a book on being an Auror. Like, oh no, I have to write children's books to be able to handle it. That's fine. Start there. Okay. The next snail is music.
I don't know how to write music, but I know how to listen to music and like it.
Yeah. Including Dreamtime. So I need to translate that to writing books. So how do I do that? So I hear music in Dreamtime, or I hear music in the astral planes, and I need to go, how do I write it down? Same thing as book writing. It's the same thing. Same thing. I download my materia from the astral planes, and I write it down. So the biggest thing I can do is vocalize the tune on a record. Mimic it, find a way to do it until I know how to write it down. Okay, so I'm a psycho and I need to take a music writing class. So I'm going to go to Udemy and I'm going to pay $10 and I'm going to buy a music writing class and I'm going to take it. A music reading class, I'm going to take it. And then there goes that issue. Then I'm going to figure out that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I didn't take a class. Okay, so that snail's coming through. But I don't want to take another. Yes, you're in college for infinity. You're a master. Masters are in college for infinity. Sorry. It's the emotions. I want to be able to write music. I want to. I don't want to do the work required to do it. So that's psycho. That's a psycho. Now I'm wasting God's time. And it's a drama miasma that continues to cycle through. I want to do music. I don't want to take that class. I want to do music. That's a demon. A broken record. I'm getting my music snail coming in. Because maybe I start to recognize my demon. I'm blocking it. I can feel myself blocking it. Maybe I need a drink. Maybe I need to drink it. Maybe I need to drink the music snail juice. You took piano as a kid, so it's in you. You have no problem playing Moonlight Sonata with zero music in front of you. like, just drink the fucking snail juice. Excuse me. Drink the snail juice. Like, I conditioned myself out of music when I was a kid because I didn't want to do the work. Even if I had the talent, it's that. That's psycho. That's psycho. That's lazy. That's what creates schizophrenia. I'm gonna rationalize myself out of that entire field because I don't want to do the work. Okay, so now I'm feeling my real demon show up. And it goes, I hate music. And that is so far from the truth. Like, why? What? That's psycho. Okay, and then we do the backwards logic. So if I don't hate music, then why am I not in the musical world? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Because I have a huge appreciation for it. I love it. So why do I hate it? I don't. I don't. Should be studying it, writing it, reading it, composing, getting educated. Okay. I hate the idea of writing music. This is how you work through the demon. I hate the idea of writing music because I've never done it before. Once upon a time, I had never taken a yoga class before, and I was pretty good at it. My first yoga class, I was scared shitless that I'd be awful and that I didn't belong in the club. Same thing with ballet. And in ballet, it was definitely I did not belong in the club. But like, that was also the teacher and where I was taking ballet, because it was at Edge Dance Studio, and like beginning ballet was like advanced ballet, and like like you wrap your head, and then they have like a basic ballet, and then there's no like intermediary between, and so like I just get lost and drowned. Okay, so like you build yourself up in life. So same thing with music. Like, oh, I hate music because I've never written. What? So we need a like a magic that goes, I'm in the club. I'm the fat guy in the club. I love it. I love watching dance, and I love watching ballerinas. Oh my god. And I love them, and I am awful. Like, I'm awful at this video right now. I'm really excited for Kabbalah 99 3/4 because it's going to be so much better. And because I'm going to take all the good stuff, have written it out into books, and then we're going to be reproducing the same material, but in a much more elegant way that looks rehearsed. It's sick, isn't it? All right. But then we're also going to have more magic, and I will have learned all my lessons. Or a lot of lessons. Okay, so do you understand the sick, twisted fantasies? Okay. So we always suck. Melissa Elza is an opera singer in which she can hear the flaws in other people's voices. Everyone else cannot at all. Just like if I psychically look or listen to somebody's voice, I can see when they're skipping dimensions or not, when they unground or when they don't. Okay, so most people will look at just any of those singers and go, they're perfect. But to somebody like Melissa Elza, they are atrocious. Because Melissa's looking for flawlessness of high technique that she has learned. Same thing goes with me making these videos. So I know where I'm flawed. Based off of high technique I've already learned and have yet to digest. Okay, so we're always in the club. Even if we're at the base, even if we're at the bottom. So I'm at the bottom of the Music Writers Club. Yeah, that's better than not being in the club. I'm really afraid. Oh my God. So this is a healing. Like, I'm really afraid of being a foundation student again. God. Okay. So I think of all the times I went to art school in the first year being a foundation student, like learning how to draw lines. Oh God, I suck at this. I suck at this. Oh, this one I'm okay at. Like, all right. Same thing with, oh my God, I have to read Derrida. Oh my God. And like Immanuel Kant and like appropriate it to contemporary art in like a 500-page essay. I cannot do that. I'm going to flunk. Okay, so that was my art school. Now I can do it easy. I will eat that shit alive. You know why? Because I have 10 years, a decade of Kabbalah training, so I can understand and digest every philosopher in infinity. Why? Because Kabbalah is a higher skill knowledge set. And all of those philosophers belong on the tree. Okay? So, I am part of the club. So now I could teach a philosophy class if I actually read the books. And I will. All right. So now we go. I'm part of the club. Snail. I'm okay at cooking. I'm already part of the cooking club. Definitely a part of the cleaning club. What are the other skill sets that are rad? Martial arts. Oh, God. I'm definitely part of the club, even if I look like I'm awful. So I don't have the same, because to me, martial arts is like ballet. It's your dancing instructor. Same thing. It's yoga, ballet, like, if you can do yoga and ballet, you can do martial arts. Okay. So I got kicked out of the music club. What other clubs am I floundering at? Writing a Hollywood script, that club, I'm gonna do that. I'm in now. Like a book writers club, I'm in. Okay, so I'm part of the club. That's how a Hashmalim should behave. They're at the top of the enchalant of society. The world is their oyster. They are intellectually superior to every human on the planet, almost, unless the other humans are in the Hashmalim, you know? Okay. Somebody says, there's such a healing for my ego here, you don't even know. Like, I really want to do some of these sophisticated things, but I don't feel like I'm part of the club. Yeah, that's a problem. There they go. But I definitely feel like I'm a Hashmalim. So you see, Somebody said that they weren't a part of the book readers club until they did the books mental body. That's right. I'm hearing that too. Okay. So we're going to pour on that goo. We're starting to drown out the time. Let's move forward. So for me, I don't feel like I'm valuable time to digest. I need to make these mental body healings really fast for everybody. And somebody's like, please don't. Please don't. That's where we'll have the book. You have the cliff notes. You can do it yourself. And I feel Charlie burning it. And there's this piece of me that's like, I'm not part of the cool kids club. The computer tapped out. And then I found my good lighting posture again. So now it looks like 1920s elegant. Yay! Lighting is everything, especially for a girl on video. Especially after she's just like melting and molting. So I'm not part of the cool kids club. So there's that. That's a high school wound. So we do things in life to overcompensate those wounds. That's a wound. Because I was definitely part of the cool kids club when I was a kid. Not only that, but I was like the queen of the playground. Like all the little boys liked me. All the girls wanted to talk to me. And I was the smartest kid at the school. At least in my grade. So like I was like in the GATE program and Hermione Granger. Okay, so you need to understand that. And then there's the component. There's the whole component where it's like I spent my recess playing baseball with the boys instead of playing gossip with the girls. Or basketball with the boys. Gabra. You need to know that in life. So I had that when I was a kid, so I'm letting that revitalize in my body. Because that's really where I want to be in life. I'd rather be like playing basketball with the boys than playing makeup with the girls. Because I have more fun. It's fun. Somebody was asking, can I take you to baseball? No, I don't want to go to a baseball game. I'd rather play baseball. Now, Melissa Elza will re-verify this because at BuzzFeed, I joined the baseball team and it was good. It was actually the softball team, but same thing, same deal. And it was great. Okay. So I'd rather like be I'd rather be in the club. Gaber is a sports thing. War. That's why Misty does well in Gabera. Okay. In junior high, it all fell apart. And so did I. Like, I started molting. Like, my hair started falling out. And then I got acne. And then, like, puberty and emotions. And then there was the whole component where my mother just went insane. So, just everything. And then high school, I decided to dress like a slut just to get attention in life because I was filling the voids. Yay. So I like stepped all over myself. Like my elementary kid school self was rad. You're the smartest kid in school and an athlete. Yeah. So how do we get back to that? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come home and play piano for an hour a day. And then I'm going to go play on rollerblades and go and compete with everybody else in the neighborhood. And then I'm going to go on a bike ride. That was my life. How do I get back to that? That was Zen. I knew myself. I knew where I was going. I knew who I was. I had no problems. And I had no problems living, like, by myself. I had problems, like, my dad left. It's like Isla thinking about her dad, Garrett. Oh, man. I was very upset at first because I thought my father had abandoned me. But then, like my father's a douche, you know? Like, so my nieces, they get angry at their dad and they call him Garrett because that's his name because he's that pathetic. Garrett did that. Oh, gross. Garrett's being douchey. That's what the little girls are like. They pick up on it. Garrett. Okay, so we don't want to be Garrett in life. We want to be like the little girl making fun of Garrett. Man. Okay. So we're going to pour on the cool juice. Don't step on snails. I want to be the cool girl again or the cruel girl. Same thing. Not the same thing. The cruel girl, the cruel one is even more Gabera. It's funnier. Better boundaries. That's the girl. I know myself, and I have fun just slaughtering people. Some of you are like, I don't like it when you slaughter others until I find out what they did to you. That. It's very upsetting to find out. A cool girl knows herself, and it's an art of war. You've got to know your enemy and what they do. And if it's just, it's fine. Yeah. I don't attack people that are in Tiferet. Because they were like, oh, I'm just a Hufflepuff. I attack the people that are in Slytherin. Netzach. Why? So, cool girl or cool person. Because they take advantage of others. They swindle, they rape, they stab, they do a lot of things. So I take them out, and it's fun. That's Gabriel. So petroleum jelly that. We're starting to get to the time where we times it by 50. But we're going to go with one more. That's boys or romantic relationships. And then I would rather have that child self than invest in any relationship with a boy or a romance. I'd rather be 9-year-old Rachel. God, that sounds weird. In 3rd grade, than anything else in my life. So I need to find the position in myself that goes, I am stepping on my own snail about that and trying to invest because I'm a 37-year-old woman that thinks she wants a kid. And I need to be honest about who I invest my time or energy trying to deal with. Because that's a snail. Instead of forcing myself to get something done, I need to be whole. I need to be my 9-year-old Rachel self that will punch people in the balls and kick them in the shins. Because I did that in life, and I loved it. And I never felt like I was the bad guy, ever. Because I wasn't. And I was conditioned out of it. Because good girls don't kick people in the shins or punch guys in the balls. That's so just unladylike or low class. So I need to find that Rachel self of mine. That was a superhero. Like, she knew exactly who deserved to get kicked in the balls. And she did not apologize for it. Oh my God. She knew exactly who deserved it. Like, not an ounce of guilt. Just nothing. And I never got in trouble. You know why? Because they deserved it. That's Khaleesi.
That's Lucifer.
That's Lucifer. Okay. So when you hear Lucifer sounding like a kid, it's the T for it, Lucifer or higher. Because Lucifer is funny. Charlie doesn't sound like that. Charlie sounds like Gabriel. I can't even emanate Charlie. I can't even speak Charlie. I can grunt or breathe out. That's the difference between a big Drogon or a Fury. Okay. So I don't want to step on my snail of being the cool girl on the playground. I want to be the smartest kid in school, on the planet. I want to be the smartest kid on the planet. How do I get that? And then I also want to be the princess of the playground that will play with the boys and play dirty if I have to. Play smarter. Kind of like take them out before they even do anything wrong, just so they respect you. that. Let me say that again. That's right. That's right. So Rachel in the playground would take him out. Oh no, I can't even contain myself. Rachel on the playground would take them out before they even did anything wrong. Just so they would respect her. Like, you will respect me. Like, before there was even an issue. How do I get to that self again? I lost that for infinity. I became a doormat times a billion. Like, so I want to get to that self again. How do I rebuild it? That was the raddest self I had for, like, like that was Cully. I don't think I kicked girls in the vagina or even kicked girls in the shins. I don't think I did that. I did it to the boys. The girls weren't asking for it, you know? Maybe I did it to one, like a Star Fuentes, like that. So, you see how much stronger I am holding that position? So that's the snail I need to bring in. I go, cool kids club. What club does there exist without me? That's who I was as a kid. I want that back. Music. I'm the best musician on the planet. That was who I was as a kid. 9 years old. I'm better at piano than everybody. That's not arrogance. Like, that was the reality of the scenario. And then 5th grade hit and things started falling. So, like, I lost confidence or self or soul. And so we're going to bring it back. Like Meghan Markle on my playground would have been dragon meat. Just so you understand, she would have looked like the girl from the opposite side of the tracks. Like, just based off of her class and her energy. Like that. Not based off of her wealth or her money. I didn't care about money. Like it was just like talent, smarts, athletic ability, being present in the now, like that. That was what mattered. So that's the self I'm bringing back in. God, I loved myself when I was a kid. And it was rad. And I had friends. Except instead of backstabbing bitches, doing T-for-it weirdo stuff. Somebody's asking, were you really Hermione Granger? Yes. Yes. I was in a fourth, fifth grade class, like when I was in fourth grade. And that's where I lost some of my confidence because I was dealing with people that were a year ahead also. But for the most part, I was this. Definitely in sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade. Oh, look, you're 2 years ahead in math. Like, okay, like that. All right. So how to get back to Rachel is here. Rachel is Collie Red. Like, instead of Rachel the doormat that becomes people's slave to make no money. Like, it's just a lawsuit. This is the real Harvest Moon using ceremony. Like, bring back your child self. That was smart. And like athletic and had a healthier body. You're like, everything is just way more rubber buoyant. Like, oh, you want to throw a punch at me? Boom. Like, there's just nothing. There was no disease or drama. Stories. Okay. Now. I can do that now. I can do that now. I can draw that. I can paint that. And there's all this component of myself that's going, I still can't. Yes, you can. Every master in infinity, all it is going, I can do that, and then I'm going to do that, and 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 it's all linear, and it's all digestible. Remember, our key for Yesod was I can. And that hits the bottom of the clippeth. Because Yesod hits the bottom of the clippeth. so I can. We have to remind ourselves this. All right.
I don't want to be a kid again. I just want to be a grumpy adult.
Okay, that's stupid. That's voting for stupid. I'm choosing dumb. Okay, so I'm definitely making sure that mental body graft goes at the playground self. And then how do I make sure that the snail shell goes 50 layers out? Or some of you are like, my middle school self was the best me. Yeah. It's when I blossomed. I knew a girl like you in elementary school, and I didn't do so well, but I might have liked her, like, or something of that nature. And then I blossomed in middle school. Yeah. So take your blossoming point and bring that into play. I'm just gonna say, third grade, I was on fire. There's nobody can beat 9-year-old me. And let's bring that petroleum jelly in. So this is also the path of the sun. And we're going to revisit this when we get to the path of the sun for regeneration. So you bring out your childlike selves that start to do things like superhero, and you develop like 500 layers of confidence you didn't have because it was coming from your child self. Oh man. The unwounded versions of us. It still exists somewhere deep down in our cellular DNA. They're superheroes. Okay. We're feeling it. We're feeling the good gels starting to come in. We ask for our blossoming point. Our blossoming point at the bottom of the clippeth. And then we feel it in bed in our angel wings. And it gets nice and deep. Yeah, don't rush through these videos. God, no. Like, this was the healing we needed. Okay. Like, 9-year-old Rachel did not care about a boy. She kind of liked the idea of having a crush on a boy. But, like, She didn't really care. She didn't invest. Like she'd invest like, yeah, you can be my boyfriend. Oh my god. Like that. Like she was rad. I want that self. The psychodrama that I've developed. Like having to rescue some douchebag that's a knife rapist from cancer or anybody. I'm like gross. That's how Rachel, 9-year-old Rachel was. Like gross. Get a life. That. Like I'm gonna go save a whale. Get a life. Like somebody's trying to do that to me. Like yeah, like it's cool to save a whale. You know what's not cool? Trying to rescue a knife rapist from their own bad patterns. Like I win. The person who goes get a life to me trying to save a whale is the Brad 10. Like they don't get that. They don't get the service component or the hero anything. Yay. Probably because they're a knife rapist. And they forgot to write out all of their like dragon egg books. I don't know. Whatever. Rachel did her homework and she aced it. A, 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 A. 9-year-old Rachel. You see how I'm calling myself Rachel, 9-year-old Rachel, instead of Collie Wren? I'm bringing that, like 9-year-old Rachel. Blossoming point. I go, then we're gonna need a melding. Like, how do I go from Collie Wren? So Collie Wren is 9-year-old Rachel, but like the adult version. That just hasn't done the emotional processing that needed to happen. And she's a little bit more like frilly, but in a fuck you kind of way. It's kind of nice. It's nice. But 9-year-old Rachel's heartier. So I need a melding point. Like Charlie respects 9-year-old Rachel. It's kind of afraid of 9-year-old Rachel. Just so you understand. You'll see him cowering behind. Like 9-year-old Rachel is the girl that slams her fist against the concrete to develop Lucifer's respect. Like, that's who 9-year-old Rachel is. That's why Lucifer and Rachel were best friends. You need to get that in life. She didn't hit Lucifer, but she would definitely show the force behind God, like the light of God. This is where Lucifer's boundary is.
I let you get knife raped. I don't even ascend.
So that's Lucifer. So if Lucifer thinks that just letting me get knife raped is him not ascending, then that means that's the same thing for everybody else. And for the people who did it, it's way fucking worse. Just so we understand, like, dragon law. Let me repeat that. It's way worse. So for the people who actually were stabbing or actually forcing channel or actually doing anything and then making me go through psychodramas day after day after day, it's bad beyond belief. That. Okay. And so 9-year-old Rachel does not care and is excited to get them into trouble because she's Hermione Granger, the Gryffindor. Like, she's excited to watch this. Get the cops involved. Watch the cops tear these people's lives apart. Yeah, excited. Do you see? Okay. Now we go. I'm still not really allowing myself to gel in. Because I want my wicked self to, like, not be here. All right. Now we need to make sure 9-year-old Rachel's pooping through the tail and all that other stuff. Now the idea of having a beauty body seems really silly because 9-year-old Rachel does not care about stuff like that. Like, you know what she cares about? Like getting into trouble with Lucifer, like having fun. That. But in a God way. Let's uncover what we're going to find now. What else does she want to do? She wants to get dragons. She wants to draw dragon eggs. She wants to write music. Bring that wonder of childhood behavior back into our lives and existence. Youthing. Okay. Then I think about the reality. If Star had done that on the playground, I would have punched her in the face 30 something times, probably kicked her in the gut. And that would have been enough. Like, whatever it would have taken to get her to back off and then not do it again. That's who 9-year-old Rachel was. Like, healthy boundary. Gray kitty. All right. You're gonna stab me in the vagina with your brain? Man, I'm gonna kick you and beat you to death. Like, maybe not to death, just to the point where you go, oh, I should not do that again. Yeah, that's the healthier Gabriella. Okay. Man. We're doing better now. All right. I'm gonna make sure my intestines got it. And then it plugs into my spinal column. Ah, see? It's in the astral form, but it's not in my spine in the clipit. So I need it to plug in. Definitely through my right hand, like what I create. I just hear Star going, this is Slytherin time travel, because it's Gryffindor. So it's funny, because a Slytherin is terrified of a Gryffindor. That's why they do the things they do in life. Because they cheat at everything. They cheat. And the minute a Griffin shows up, they cannot cheat anymore. Then they get in trouble. And then they get slaughtered. And you feel the refreshing energy begin to manifest. Feel new again. Petroleum jelly. Make sure you get more petroleum jelly. There you go. More blossoming point. And then we're gonna go times it by 50. Out, 50 up, 50 down, 50 back, now I'm feeling the need to have holidays. Yes. So now I'm going to look at my to-do list and I'm thinking that, because now I'm looking at it like a kid instead of an overworked psychopath. Okay, so now I'm going to look at holidays. Now I'm going to look at the new moon. Then I'm going to look at the full moon and what needs to get done. Like, so I was looking at it like a psychopath, like 1 page a day for each of the dragons. Like 1 page is fine. Instead of 50. Because I have the time, because I have a dragon called Raspberry Time Leaf, and I have another dragon called Time, and they are my dragons, and I have it. So I'm okay in life. I also have another dragon called Time. Nope, we're not even allowed that one. Okay. So 9-year-old Rachel knows exactly how much work day should be like 4 to 5 hours. And then 3 hours of athletics at the least. Because that's where the fun is. So that's like biking, playing on the playground, doing my pull-ups that I can turn into a game. Stuff, everything. I was the presidential fitness test genius, okay? And then maybe an hour a day for reading. That's like it. And then everything else is like toxic unless I want to do it. Okay, so 9-year-old Rachel understands and has better boundaries. All right. So we times it by 50. And now we go Ravenclaw. The Gryffindor lasagna times 50 with the hot pink goo. Oh my god, that's such a better healing And it even goes down. Everything that's preventing this healing is going into the lava. And it's a that or the hot pink is that or something better kind of reality. I already feel 50 years younger. Okay, there's nothing like Gabra to get in your face. It just wears and tears on everything about you until you master Gabra. If you're a master of Gabra, you'll definitely hit this mental body. All right. Ravenclaw blue gels times 50. Magic goes on so much better now. Just coats on. You look like Dumbledore going finito or whatever he said. Man, I blew that. When he was in the home and he reversed the damage spell and everything just went gracefully into place with effortless ability. That it's the Ravenclaw blue gels. And then the pearl honeycomb. Okay. The last bit is 9-year-old Rachel does not care at all if Rachel's mother gets cobra acid in her face. Because Rachel's mother beat her to death. So, like, so 35-year-old spiritual teacher, really, Rachel, like, is a delusional psycho. and like 9-year-old Rachel is the awesome one. Like, so like let mommy dearest like learn her lessons in life. and go, yay! That was your choice. You fucking Slytherin. Yay, another fucking no, psychotic Slytherin. Heartless Slytherin. There's the word. That's so there's joy coming from me now. Like a child. Like there's the innocence and the joy coming through. All right. We're gonna porcupine through. And notice we're doing this right before the Harvest Moon Youthing Ceremony, so that the Harvest Moon Youthing Ceremony is just going to reinforce this magic times 100 if we can, times 1,000,000,000, whatever we can do. 10 just times 10. Just reinforce it. It's good. That's good. We're going to pour on the Harvest Moon Youthing Ceremony gel around like the weave, the metal mesh. We're going to remind ourselves this is the holy time of year. If I get anything done this month, anything, it's a win. And I should focus on resetting my intentions for this next year and reorganizing for this next year this month. Because that's what smart 9-year-old Rachel would do. And then the other part of smart 9-year-old Rachel would go, I'm going to get an egg done today. If I can get a page done for Lucifer, I'm gonna. Okay, we're good. Okay, and this is where the resentment happens. 9-year-old Rachel is so contrary to the work that I have done for the last 30 years. That it's a trauma. So I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna go do work. And I'm gonna get one egg done. And I'm gonna get like a page done for Lucifer and a page done for Dino Star and a couple other things. And I'm going to pretend that 9-year-old Rachel is wrong. Because I'm going to tell myself I need to do 5 other... This is like psycho. Psycho. All right, and that's everybody's problem for infinity. Collie Wren out.